One young devil asked the old devil, "How did you manage to bring so many souls to hell?" "I instilled fear in them." "Great job. And what were they afraid of? Wars? Hunger?" "No. They were afraid of a disease." "Oh, did they get sick?" "No." "Then I don't understand." "They believe the only thing they have to keep at any cost is their lives. They stopped hugging, greeting each other. They gave up all contact and everything that was human. Later they ran out of money and lost their jobs, but that was their choice because they were afraid for their lives. That's why they quit their jobs without even having bread. They believed blindly everything they heard and read in the media. They gave up their freedoms. They didn't even leave their homes. The world turned into such a concentration camp without anyone even forcing them into captivity. They just accepted everything, just to live at least one more miserable day. And so living in this fear, they died every day. And that is how it was so easy for me to take their miserable souls all to hell. I get a sense that those of humanity who haven't quite mastered singing yet may have run out of time for getting in tune. They will have to try again in the next life. You and everyone you ever loved is under a form of attack, been given an internal puzzle box. Your soul is being tested. 99% of humans are failing the test, and for that, their soul will have to pay at some point. Do you want to pass the test? What are you going to do? It's time to make some real decisions. Make the right ones that align with honor, integrity, truth, and your inner divinity.
Psychology of today here. We got everything rose as expected last night. New Zealand we got a push up from as expected, but notice how it's held. It's now held its ground. While Swiss has gone up, the weight has not gone up. We know we now need a revisit down here. Obviously, there's been no return. Dollar has just validated that. If we look in here, we don't see a high spread anymore. All right. It's only pricing here. It's not pricing up. So these guys here have not been let off the hook yet. These sellers almost. They had a glimmer of hope. Now, LFX index also needs a revisit. Now, let's try to get off technical talk first off, because obviously that won't get us anywhere. It's just a perspective. if we try to think now about the bulk positions, last night we were under the impression that everyone was the retail were trapped short on the New Zealand, hoping that that would pay them. Every tick price goes up against them is they're suffering. Um, Now let's try to think about this in in the contents of what's happened here with the Swiss and the euro. Um, where's the euro? Let me bring that over. Euro and pound. Pound hasn't made a new high. Euro has made a new high. Swiss has made a new high. Aussie didn't make a new high. Okay, sorry, yeah, it did relative to this one, it did. But not relative to the major one, which is the one we're working on back here. Euro did. Pound did here, but we haven't done a local move, you know. This is telling us right here that this is running out of steam. Now, if we think about those buy positions, those sell positions last night, they would have liquidated, allowing New Zealand to go up. The rest of them went up. Okay, so they're now sitting pretty with their longs. Okay, here. Now, as price in the dollar here drops further, that's going to eat into their longs. As price drops further on the CAD, that's going to eat into their longs. Their longs are here from the green area, and their longs are here. You can see they're now out of profit on the dollar. Um, so they're going to have to liquidate shortly here if the dollar carries on any further. If we get more weight to the downside, and Swiss is basically the last man standing, we'll call it last man standing, or almost. Yeah. As soon as euro comes below there, it's the last man standing. We'll just give it a name. Oh, it's holding up the fort. What should we call it? Holding up the fort. Right. Um, the where are we? So let's try to imagine this psychology here and try to feel the traders. So the best way to do that now is to go into the 1 minute chart. Because we know the idea, we know the direction, we have an idea of what's going on. And we'll just line up our level here with the Swiss. They bought here and they're happy from this point. All right, let's put that in with the dollar. All right, the two opposites. The dollar buyers are not happy at all, but the Swiss buyers are. Happy. Okay. Unhappy buyers. So it's right away, anyone knows right off the bat that this has now become a neutral market. So buying and selling would be okay in this case. It may, this is going to take a while. If it wants to trend down and everything goes back down to the revisit level, this could take a couple days. So you could have some buys in there and sells, but we want to be looking to sell highs, sell above opens, that kind of thing. Now, what do we write here? Unhappy buyers. Okay. Now let's find something that's at break even here. Time of this, we're going to use the same time on all of them. It's 6:07 a.m. 6:07. The weight currently, overall, if we would add everything up, is down because the LFX is a reflection of everything else, right? This is strong enough to outdo this up move. The euro, right, they got paid a little bit. They're happy, but they're not really happy. So that will give us a clue again as to what's going on here. Perhaps we could take a sell. We do. Do we have one here? Or we already have a position. We already have a position. Okay. So let's put that price, area of price, 607. Right, that'll do. The buyers, okay, they're getting paid now, but as it comes into here, they're going to be suffering more. So, happy buyers so far. All right. Look at Aussie. Now, don't just do this on a local level ever like this without getting the story first of everything else, or at least an idea. 607, or you'll end up being in a local model with a target that may not necessarily need to reach until next time. It was here, wasn't it? Sorry. All right, so they're now unhappy buyers. Happy buyers became unhappy buyers. That's what we'll write because that's what we're seeing. Buyers became unhappy buyers. Okay. So we like that. That is going to help our trade. What is the potential of this to come? It's got a lot of potential, this, but we've seen it revisit, so I don't want to take that. Right. But we're just using that to help us along. All right, what else? What else? What else? It's this one here. These guys are not very happy. Right. As prices come up, they're getting happier. Right. They got happier here, and then Swiss finally gave them some hope. Right. Hope, holding up the fort. If pound does want to go down, oh my God, it wants to go here. That is not enough of a revisit for me. I'm going to take that. Where's the target? Where is it? We're going to have to modify that this way. This will be our gravy train trade for the week. If we can get all of them to go back to level. Oops. Let's fix that. It'll be our gravy run trade. Here it is. We want to come all the way back into here. No messing around, exactly where it's supposed to go. Um, what else can we take where we have a clear defined target? We know that New Zealand is likely to come there. We've got the pound worked out. We like the idea of a CAD because it's got a very, very obvious level. It's also in line with the current dollar, which has already gone down, leaving these people very unhappy. If it does want to go down, there's a very clean one here, so I'll put that in, and then we'll work gradually on getting the longer term Swiss target down to our weekly area at the same time. So if we can get a second or third, fourth position or something up here, we'll try to put one of them as that weekly target. That would be our goal. Just to have one of them running would be fantastic the whole way. But it doesn't matter. Right? We're not going to hold it if it goes over the high. If it makes the target and then there's an obvious buy setup and it's going miles higher, we'll abandon ship and we'll just keep trying to get that high whenever that may be. It could be this month. It could be next year. Who knows? The pound is good. We're just looking for the euro. Like, where the hell's the euro gone? Hang on. Um, here, here, found it. Oh, right, here, easy. So we'll take another one. Nice. And we just moved this here. Right. Now let's look at the same area here. Right, they're happy. Oh yeah, okay. So this is what we're waiting for. We're selling above the level, the localized level. This is now a discount if we're correct, which the weight suggests we are. This is an ideal place to buy. I'm not too worried if it goes again. If it goes again, we'll hit it again, providing the weight is still down. If all of this weight is all up here, we're not going to do it. We won't be adding to that. But if it's holding, and New Zealand is still holding, and all the others are still holding, and then we're seeing Swiss progress, and we're seeing dollar start to suck away their profits, then we know we're good. If dollar starts to come up here, then it's like, oh, we got to have to wait. But maybe if dollar comes up, CAD will come lower. We're just looking for an overall decrease here, and it's going to have to take some patience. But anyway, guys, I'll catch you later. Cheers.